Hello and happy February 1st to you. This is Chris Warner from the Lafayette team at eXp Realty in Lexington, South Carolina. And today we're going to talk about market numbers. It's hard to believe, but it's already the 1st of February. This year is already flying by. And so, as we usually have last year, each month we put out the year over year numbers for whatever month it was. So, today we'll talk about January. And for January, starting with the Midlands. So, we'll start broad and then we'll narrow into Lexington, but starting in the Midlands as a whole, listings are down year over year for January about 16%, 15.54%, which is a substantial number. That means there was about 200 more listings in January this time last year. So supply continues to shrink, and we'll see that in Lexington as well. It's a sign of the time, guys. There's less available. There's still more competition, and when those numbers trickle up, which they have certain months year over year, it tends not to stay as a annualized trend. So something to watch there. Means there's likely still going to be multiple offers and things like that. As far as the average sales price, similar to much of what the case has been for about a year and a half now, if not a little bit longer, but really solid appreciation. So year over year, prices have raised to 267, almost 268,000 as an average over our entire market, which is just absolutely crazy as someone who's been practicing in this market for a while to look at. And that's about a 10% increase year over year. So, if you're on the sidelines, if you're looking right now, that means you've got to capitalize. You've got to take advantage. And if you are not on the market, but you are considering capitalizing on that equity, now is the time. It is going up month by month. We don't know how long this trend will hold at the rate that it's accelerating. I do think it will continue to grow over time, but it is moving at a pretty fast clip in the past year or so. And then lastly, the days on market, what everyone cares about, and that number has dropped almost 30% year over year to 27 days, guys. And that number, that is probably weighted out by some houses that missed the market as far as the numbers or needed more work and have sat much longer than that. Because I know, and probably as you know if you're watching the market, a lot of things are moving in 5-6 days, maybe less than that, maybe just a weekend. So that number is definitely skewed, but we got to go by what the numbers tell us. And then secondly, we'll narrow in on Lexington 29072, so where our team does a lot of work. So similarly to the market as a whole, listings are down. So about 15%, only 84 listings in January of 2022. So again, if you're looking in Lexington, it's a tight market, very tight. And so you've got to be ready, willing, and able to jump when something comes available. Similar to the market as a whole, prices continue to rise here in 29072 to 300, almost 355,000 as an average sales price here in 29072, which is just astonishing. When I bought here 5 years ago, bought my own home here 5 years ago, I don't know exactly what the number was, but we have certainly appreciated the appreciation. So continued growth there. And then average days on market for Lexington are more indicative of what I believe the true number is for the market as a whole. 14 days on market, guys. And you got to figure that's dragged down by a little bit longer listings, maybe ones. I know there's some new constructions that they get listed at foundation, and so they look like they've been on the market for 88 days, but really the house hasn't been complete. So part of that can be dragging this number down, but 14 days. So what does it all mean? What it really means, guys, is that we're going to continue to put these numbers out every month. They keep telling the same story, and that story is if you've been waiting, especially waiting for prices to go down, you've got to get off the sidelines as a buyer. You've got to get in the game if you're looking to make the move or decide that, hey, maybe this isn't it for me for quite some time, because these are trends we're going to continue to see. Similarly, not only do you have to be ready, but you have to be ready to move quick, very quick, to get an offer in, very competitive. Make sure that you don't load it up with a lot of contingencies, anything like that. And then what does it mean for sellers? If you're a seller, it is a heyday right now. It is absolutely fantastic time to be a seller. If you've been considering cashing in on that equity, looking for a new place potentially to go to, maybe relocating out of the state, now is a great time to take advantage of all-time high prices. And and moving quickly, without a lot of headaches as, maybe you faced in the past. So with that said, that is the market update. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. And certainly, if you want to find out about your home in particular, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through our Facebook, through YouTube, through all of our social platforms, or you can always give us a call at 803-470-6442. Thank you and have a wonderful week.